Hello everyone. Today we'll be watching uh Al's or Muldoon's logs. So if you can't hear my voice, well, I'll be I don't know. Wait, and I think we're in the aviary or So we're in the aviary. I hope I'm saying that right. Yes, I have been watching all of them. I am a huge fan of this guy. So, alright, let's get back to watching.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, almost.
God damn it. Missed. Oh, God.
I don't think people realize how big these pterosaurs are. And plus, they're not even pterosaurs. I mean, like, sure, they're related, but these aren't the ones from, like, Jurassic Park 3. Let's get back to watching.
God. No. No.
First of all,
Oh, God.
how big's that crane? Because the size difference is insane. Look at that. Look at the wall, and look how big this thing is. Are you sure you couldn't just put that in the middle? Well, I guess you couldn't get it out. And how are you supposed to get it out now? You know what? Whatever. It's not my video. Anyways. Well, I'm recording this video. Whatever.
No. His name was Mendez, maintenance tech. Good worker by all accounts. Up on the scaffolding, running a routine check on the upper supports. That's when they came at him. Pterosaurs, fast and silent, dive-bombed him in quick succession. Not random
Not pterosaurs.
either, coordinated.
Wait, maybe they are pterosaurs? I think they're. No, you're just getting me confused now.
Knocked him down some 50, 60 feet onto the boulders below. By the time anyone got to him, it was already over. That's the danger with aerial predators. No warning, no perimeter, no safe ground. A terrible, terrible tragedy. And I was stuck between a rock and a hard place myself. They are incredibly agile in the air. And on top of that, tranking the pterosaurs would have killed them. The sedative would work very fast and they would plummet, crashing into the ground. Ed Regis assured me that everyone responded appropriately and promptly. And men.
First of all, they're the size of the raptors. Of course, they're smaller, but, like, they're huge.
His death was an unfortunate disaster. I was under the impression that he was harnessed to the scaffold, considering how high up he was working. But talking to some of the other workmen at the aviary, they say that there are 12 harnesses available, and there's usually 18 workmen per shift. So again, spared no expense, I see, John. Anyway, rest his soul. I'm back here in what we call the Roost, backbone of the aviary. Cave structure carved into the rock face, shielded from wind, rain, and most of the light. It gives them height, darkness, and privacy. Everything a flying animal needs when it isn't in the air. You take that away from them, and you don't just stress them, you unbalance them. Smells just like what you'd expect, a chicken coop. We've got 4 animals in the aviary at the moment. Cerodactyls, Cretaceous, long skulls, narrow jaws, those forward-projecting teeth like a fish trap built for skimming water, snapping up anything near the surface. Efficient, precise. They're not brute force predators, they're specialists. Everything about them is tuned for motion and timing. On paper, they're fish eaters. In practice, they're something else entirely. They roost together, but not peacefully. There's a constant tension in here. Posturing, spacing, low calls you can feel more than hear. They tolerate one another because the structure forces proximity, not because they're social. You watch them long enough, you'll see it. Little boundary disputes, shifts in position, one displacing another from a ledge. Territorial instincts never really switch off. And we're planning to add 2 more. 6 animals in a confined airspace, all competing for height, nesting spots, feeding access. And that's just the start. I'm told there are discussions about bringing in other species from Site B. Dimorphodon, Pteranodon, mixing them, different sizes, different temperaments, different feeding strategies. That's not a collection.
Alright, well, I just got my answer.
That's an experiment, and not a controlled one. The dive bombing, that's what worries me most. What happened to Mendez wasn't random. That behavior is instinctive. In the wild, they use it to strike fish. Rapid descent, precision impact, disorient the prey, and recover before the water takes them. It's a calculated maneuver, efficient, repeatable. You put a man on scaffolding, suspend him in open space, and suddenly he fits the profile. The Roost is supposed to be their refuge, a place to withdraw, to settle, to build nests, and they do build them, every one of them. Twigs, debris, some of them steal the workmen's tools, whatever they can gather. There are no eggs, no reproductive cycle driving it, not in the way we'd expect, but the behavior persists. Instinct doesn't need a purpose to exist. It just needs an outlet. And we're asking them to do all of this, roost, nest, establish territory, while men are still working inside the aviary.
Okay.
That's the part
Sorry for the ad, I don't have whatever the fancy YouTubers have.
I cannot reconcile for the life of me. Hammond wants the attraction ready because he's compiling a list of people he wants to sign off on the park sometime next year. Wu wants the animals acclimatized. So they bring them in early, let them settle while construction continues. On paper, apparently, it saves time. In reality, it creates conflict and accumulates in death. You can't confine them to the Roost while the work's ongoing. Not these animals. They're too large, too active. They need airspace. So they're out there flying circles, watching everything that moves, learning the routines of the men below them. And someone somewhere decided that because they eat fish, they wouldn't pose a threat. That's the flaw. That's always the flaw.
I agree with Muldoon. Just because they're fish eaters don't mean they just eat fish. They'll eat humans, anything they can eat. Basically, yeah. They're not omnivores, of course.
Diet doesn't define behavior. It informs it, yes, but it doesn't limit it. You don't take a wild animal and reduce it to a feeding category and expect it to behave accordingly. Herbivores kill people just as much as carnivores. These are engineered creatures built from fragments of something we barely understand, placed into an environment that only approximates what they were. And then we assume we know how they'll act? Wu can splice genes, alter physiology, tweak structure down to the molecular level, but behavior isn't something you can dial in like a setting. It's shaped by instinct, by environment, by experience, nature and nurture working together whether you like it or not. You get one wrong, the other compensates. I've seen it before. Back in Kenya, we came across a hyena den after a drought season. Most of the pack had moved on or died off. What was left was one pup, barely alive. We brought it back, nursed it, raised it alongside the dogs at the reserve. And it grew up just like them. Followed commands, sought human contact, slept by the fire. You'd swear it was just another domestic animal if you didn't know better. But every now and then, something would surface. A look, a reaction to a sound, a moment where instinct pushed through everything we'd given it. That's the thing about animals. You can shape them, you can guide them, but you can never fully erase what they are. And out here, we're not just dealing with what they are, we're dealing with what we've made them into without fully understanding the difference. And that's the other danger with cloning. You're not recreating something known. You're guessing at a living system and hoping it behaves the way you expect. Every time we guess wrong out here, it's not a theory that fails. It's a person who pays for it. Just give me a minute, Rob.
Did people just see that? Was that just me? I swear I just saw something. What is that? What is this? Why does it look like Godzilla? I don't like that.
Just give me a minute, Robbie. I want to document their release.
No problem, Muldoon. Just say when.
Thanks. I'm currently within the Marine Reptiles walkthrough, under the aviary. This tank on the right is part of that exhibit, and this one on the left is not. This tank is still empty, and its occupants are due for transfer from Site B soon. The animals coming will need an aquatic section to their enclosure, so that's where they'll be going, even though they aren't marine reptiles. Visibility's good, glass is clean, no particulate in the water. Light penetration's decent, though it drops off quickly toward the far end. Robbie should be directly above me now with the transport container. There we are, just at the surface. Water temperature is being held within a very narrow range, 22 to 24 degrees Celsius. That's deliberate. Animals like these rely heavily on ambient temperature to regulate their internal processes. Too cold and their metabolism slows, digestion stalls, muscle response drops off, they become lethargic. Too warm, and you get the opposite. Elevated metabolic demand, oxygen consumption.
I feel like they're gonna put a marine reptile in the enclosure. Just because, like, why would they? That's what I'm expecting.
Spikes, stress levels increase. In a closed system like this, that can kill them quicker than anything else. There's also oxygen saturation to consider. Warmer water holds less dissolved oxygen. So if the temperature drifts too high, you're not just stressing them, you're literally suffocating them, slowly without realizing it. At this stage, they don't have the reserves to compensate. Temperature control isn't comfort, it's survival. That's what all these control systems are in place for. Go for it, Robbie.
Yep.
Robbie's opening the container now. There we go. 3 juvenile plesiosaurs, roughly a meter in length, still very young. At this stage, they're vulnerable, not just to each other, but to the environment itself. Flipper's engaging immediately. No disorientation, that's what we like to see. Already grouping. They're staying mid-water, orienting themselves. That third one is a little zippy. That's the acclimatization phase. They're mapping the space. Depth, boundaries, light gradients, every movement is information. No signs of distress, no surface gasping. It's interesting they're circling together. Could be early stage grouping behavior, or just mutual orientation in an unfamiliar environment. Hard to say at this stage.
I like the third one. Just because it's a bit goofy.
But it's a good sign, means they're thinking, not panicking. They'll take a few hours to fully settle. For now, they're alive, stable, and adapting. That's about as much as you can ask for on day one.
He's gonna get jump scared by a raptor or something smaller. Or something, I don't know.
Look, it's gone offline. That's the aviary grid gone. Whole sector just dropped off.
You're joking.
Nope. Power loss along the Jungle River line. Looks like a localized failure, though.
How localized?
Just the aviary and a branch into Sauropod Swamp. Everything else is still holding.
The raptor fences aren't out, are they?
No, probably a lightning strike, downed relay, something along the river run.
And the aviary fence?
No current. It's dead until I reroute auxiliary power.
How long will that take?
A couple minutes, assuming the backup holds.
That's a couple minutes too long.
I'm already cycling it through, Muldoon.
Keep it moving. I want that grid live again before anything decides to test it. I'm heading.
Yeah, that would have been scary if that happened in real life. Honestly, I would be panicking. Back to the video.
Over to the aviary before it starts raining, which sent the power out.
Well, that was a raptor, and we all just saw that.
Cycling it through, Muldoon.
Keep it moving. I want that grid live again before anything decides to test it. I'm heading over to the aviary before it starts raining.
Well, a raptor IA.
Which sent the power out across the aviary. Too long.
I'm already cycling it through, Muldoon.
Keep it moving. I want that grid live again before anything decides to test it. I'm heading over to the aviary before it starts raining.
What is going on here? What is this long thing? And I saw something else, but it was too fast. Ah.
Which sent the
You all have to do that, I guess. If you want to watch. His name's like right here. On the left. Up. Like right there. You see it? Yeah, right there.
power out across the aviary. Grid's gone quiet, and that's not something I like hearing from a place like this. These enclosures are designed with layers. Redundancy, fail-safes, deter...
Ooh, look at that guy. He's staring at him like I'm gonna kill you. Don't you worry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just a bit sleepy. That's why my voice is a bit lower today.
Take the current out of it, even for a few minutes, and suddenly you're relying on steel and hope. Storm must have hit something upstream, lightning strike most likely. You can smell it in the air. Burnt insulation somewhere. Whatever it was, it's taken the fence with it. That changes things. Animals like these, they don't need long. A lapse like this, even a short one, it's enough for them to test boundaries, see what's changed, see what's no longer stopping them. And I'm fearful about those teeth chewing on the wires while the power's dead.
Yeah, he's ready to take out that gun. Look at those teeth. Like, those are scary. And the eyes glowing. I love that. Holy. Just looks so good.
That's why I've got this. Shock prod, 3,000 volts, enough to keep the birds away while Ray works on restoring the power.
Muldoon, you've reached the aviary?
I'm at the roost now, no hum from the fence, no charge, just dead metal.
That's not good. Okay, working on it.
See them roosting? I don't want to use my torch if I don't have to, because I don't want to startle them. They are crepuscular animals, meaning they aren't technically nocturnal, but they are active during periods of low light, dawn or dusk, which coincides with their chosen prey settling as the light fades. So they aren't exactly sleeping yet, more just huddled together during a storm and alert. Crepuscular, but opportunistic. The roost should be a...
Those are huge freaking teeth. Why? Holy. Like, oh my. Okay, get back to the video.
place of rest, shelter, but right now, it looks more like a gallery of gargoyles. Ray?
Muldoon, we're seeing outages across multiple sectors. Just need a little bit more time. I'm routing auxiliary power now, but it's not instant. Gonna take a few minutes to bring the aviary sector back online.
How long?
Couple minutes, maybe 3. Systems have to cycle. Stand by, Muldoon.
Speed it up, Ray. I'm not keen on standing next to an unpowered aviary in a storm.
Understood. Power's rerouting now. You should see partial restoration any moment now. Full charge shortly after.
Oh, we lost something. Christ. Back up. Go on, get back.
Okay, something's back online. There's still a few...
Okay, when I meant they're huge, I didn't mean their wingspan. Like, that's a really big wingspan, holy.
Needs manual restart.
Did people just see an eye again? Well, I just saw an eye, so I'm gonna let you guys do that.
I can't get that down from control.
Looks fine to me, Ray. I can see the fence lights are on.
That's indicating system ready. There's an electrical substation near the aviary. I can talk you through it.
You're going to have to. This is not my area of expertise.
Don't worry, it's easy.
Where's the substation?
Turn left. You'll see a path. Follow the path.
I can see the substation.
Takes a few pumps, then restart the line to the aviary grid.
Yep. Hey, is this fuse box supposed to be open? I can smell burnt meat. Oh, God. You seeing this, Ray?
Is that a compy?
Yep, and she's cooked.
Oh, man.
Think we know what caused the power outage here.
Bloody hell. Don't touch it, Muldoon.
You don't say. Just another thing to add to your glitch list, Ray. This isn't going to be...
Saw that. I'm gonna let you guys do this one now.
some underground labyrinth like the maintenance shed again, is it, Ray?
No, it's just a room at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. Going down. Quick check beneath the stairs. All clear. Christ, Ray, there's a really bad smell down here. Yeah, I've tried that already. What now?
If there's a bad smell, you all know what that means. There's gonna be something scary.
It's a gray box with 2 columns of 3 dials in it.
Christ, give me a second. I think I've found the one.
Okay, those are the primer dials. Start with the top one and then... Oh, I've got one of the surveillance cams back online. I can see you. I didn't even realize there was a cam down there.
Marvelous. Now tell me what I'm supposed to be doing, because that smell is bloody overpowering.
Yep, turn the top dial to the bottom position first. That isolates the main feed. We don't want a surge when auxiliary power kicks in.
Done. What next?
There should be a secondary switch panel just below. Again, 3 toggles in a row.
I see them.
Flip the middle one first. That engages the backup relay.
Middle switch is up.
Good. You should hear a hum start to build.
I hear flies buzzing.
Now wait 2 seconds, then bring the left switch up. That'll route power to the aviary sector.
Left switch is up.
All right, we're halfway there. Voltage is climbing on my end. Final step, turn the bottom dial slowly clockwise until you hear it lock.
There.
That's it. Auxiliary grid is live.
I'll take your word.
I feel like there's gonna be something peeking. There's gonna be something peeking. I know it. I know it. Because when this music plays, there's gonna be something scary. And this guy's gonna be warning Muldoon to run out of there.
For it.
You should see the fence outside begin to... Muldoon? Is Robbie with you?
What? No.
Then who's that behind you?
What?
Literally, how did I know? It wasn't peeking, but hey, I knew it was a raptor. I knew there was going to be a raptor in this video. Well, that's going to be the end for this video. Well, I guess we should talk about the raptor. Look at that. He's just holding the worker in his mouth by the head. And how did he know that was whatever his name was? Like, you have to admit. And how did that...
Man!
Think we know what caused the power outage here.
How did that copy get stuck? That's my question. But those teeth are just scary, dude. Like, just going all through this is just quite magnificent. Ugh. It's quite scary. Just seeing the raptor.
Muldoon?
Like...
Is Robbie with you?
Robbie. So that... How did he know that's Robbie? Does Robbie work down there? And if I ever saw that in the cams... And I just saw this human worker with a glowing eye... Yeah, no. I know that's a raptor. I would tell Muldoon to run. Or look behind him at least. Get his gun. Did he even bring his gun? Oh my gosh, dude. Muldoon. Expect the unexpected. Alright, well, this is the end of this video. I hope everyone likes and subscribes. Let's reach 40 subscribers this time. And thank you for 32 subscribers. I am very thankful. Alright. Have a good day.